Hey, we've got one day left of the One Thing Conference this year, 2013. Matt Redman just got done being very cool, and then Francis Chan delivered a message that was very cool. And Francis Chan said something about how he had just been reading up on Kansas City and the International House of Prayer, and that he shows up there to give a speech as a guest speaker, kind of an outsider coming in, and I believe he's originally from Hong Kong. He says, I did basically discovered that, he said, I don't really have much to say to you guys. You guys are doing great. I just discovered I have a bunch of more brothers, some more brothers and sisters in Christ. He offered, of course, he preached and taught, and it was great. And he was right on the money, and he said stuff people needed to hear. I think he's really in tune. But, this was kind of his first exposure to it. And this is happening where Christian leaders all over, they read something bad about Bickle and them and the Kansas City Prophets 20, 30 years ago. And, of course, if you exist, if you're doing something good, someone's going to write something bad about you. So, someone wrote something bad about them. Okay, so your point is that they exist, because that's all you've established. People said worse stuff about Jesus. So Christian leaders are discovering what's happening in Kansas City, and Christians all over, they want to go deep in the Lord. They maybe it's find amazing preachers, maybe it's live a deep, meaningful, serious life in Christ that has the fruits and the results and the effectiveness and the priorities that Christians need to have. And Christians are trying to tap in deep so that they can, they can latch onto the reins, get the cat by the tail, and really pursue Jesus the way we all ideally want to. And Christian leaders all over the place, from denominations that didn't get along with each other 20, 30 years ago, are seeing that this goal of a strong relationship with the Lord is happening in Kansas City. Like the ideal worship, the ideal helping the ideal way of helping the poor, the ideal walk with the Lord, the ideal way of understanding the Bible, the maturity, the emotional stability. It's actually happening. And they're going, whoa! And it's uniting Christians. The idea of centering our Christian fellowship around local prayer rather than anything else. Leaders, books, different addresses to be at on Sunday morning, different local micro doctrines, rather than these other things being the focus of how the church identifies itself, having prayer at the center to enhance everything else, rather than having prayers over here and everything else is over there. It's uniting believers by delivering the fruits that Jesus prayed for us to have, and that we're all longing for, that ideal Christian that everybody. That is something interesting. You ask any Christian from any denomination, the ideal Christian lifestyle is something that we all have in common. And as more of us realize that through plugging into a praying community and making prayer marathons our own lifestyles, it is uniting us, because the unity of our vision for what a mature Christian is being realized, which is also bringing unity. Prayer Movement's going to unite the church.